I'm not teaching here. This isn't for education. The channel is called Singer Babe Learns Ableton Live because I'm learning for the true vlog of my learning process. We are focused. We are focused. There must be a mathematical way, depending on the BPM and the time signature, to use decay, reverbs, echo. That's gonna be fun to figure out.
Beautiful. Breathing people to another guided breathwork session. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. Send this energy up your spine.
With the breath, imagining it going up the central channel and like pouring out kind of like a fountain around the body. That reminds me, I have a bunch of lyrics from a past set of music that I did that are still really applicable. Maybe I could recreate some songs with those lyrics. What reminded me of it was the tour ride, and one of the lines in one of my old songs was, "Love is a bountiful fountain Taurus, infinitely pouring for us." The lyric book that I made is a coloring book. Anyways, back to work. The fun part, arranging the collection of samples that I chose to create my next set. I'm gonna alter them slightly, so I'm gonna apply EQ8 compression and some panning. Also make the samples more diverse, so I couldn't take one sample and change some things about it. Yeah, so for example, listen to the strings here. The melody changes the second loop through.
I got to plug in my interface.
Gives a little space to the bass. This one a little shorter. Nice, that's pretty. Sweet, and then if I consolidate all that, I have a new sample. Command J.
You can do it because you choose to. Move on to audios B and C.
I have to use foresight to value efficiency and pre-production. If I were to honor both now and later, yeah, I think I would create all of my sample variables independently so that I can switch between it and have a lot of freedom improvising on this APC 40. Since I'm already arranging and changing things in arrangement view, I could make one long clip, a song that I can play, and then I would weave in and out at the bookends of it. Cool, so let's keep going. I learned that I can side chain. Basically is like attaching a chain to another track that will have a reaction when a certain frequency is hit. In my drums, I have a bunch of kick, and the lower ends, lower frequencies are competing. What I'm gonna do instead of side chaining with this drum stem at the same time as this bass here, there are spaces in the bass that allow for a little bit of kick to be hit, spaced around the bass. And I'm gonna shave down a lot of the drums to create a lot more space and a little more swag and more variance, and see how that goes. I'm gonna try doing this one as an experiment without even listening to it and just shaving it down where there's a space between the bass. Let's see how that goes. What is that? Woo! Good time for the garbage truck to come by since I'm doing this visually and not audibly anyways. And clicking 0 deactivates it, so it won't erase it. I can reactivate it all if I don't like what I do. Alright, let's see what it sounds like. It looks random. I actually really like it. It's totally random. There is some pattern to it. Let's see, if I were to dance with this, would it be confusing? It is. Actually, this bass is a guitar bass and it's not as low as a typical bass. I think the kick from the drums might actually be going lower. The guitar bass is peaking just before 100 hertz. So let's see what happens if I take down the kick at the exact same spot. Okay, sweet. Now I'll put a couple kicks back in there because it's too sporadic. It's hard to jive with. Hard to get a jive in there with it too random. And then I'm just gonna duplicate this one. Boop. It's a little more spacious and it kind of makes more sense now. I don't know if it's gonna work for the second half of this bass sample, but let's see.